thoughts? Did you come to know of this? Has the party taken it up officially? How do you intend to really try to put little pressure on the government to be a little more sensitive? We are told that the accused has been arrested, but then no statement yet, I believe, from the DMK.
Sir, first of all, thank you so much for picking this up. It's a very important news because a serving army personnel who has come on holiday to his home was assaulted a few days back for a very trivial issue. And later the DMK councillor barged into his home with about 10-15 people of his sidekicks and again assaulted him there. And he was admitted to a hospital and he passed away. Unfortunately, last 2-3 days, none of the local media has picked it up. They have tried to hush it up also. And today, from the afternoon, the national media has picked it up. Then the police have started acting. Of course, not only have we issued a statement, but also tomorrow the local unit is planning to protest in a very big way. I would like to bring to your kind attention, sir, not only this is the first case that is happening, even a few months back, an army person has put out a statement, was CRPF personnel. The local guys political guys have barged into his home, threatened his father and mother. Now, we have come to such a state in Tamil Nadu, even when the army personnel put something in Facebook, they go to his home, they threaten. And this is a classic case where the deceased Prabhu, God save his soul, Prabhu, and they have gone to his home, assaulted him for a trivial issue, doesn't even care that is fighting for our country. They don't even care that there's an army personnel representing everybody out there. But this is an age-old history in Tamil Nadu where the DMK especially, as a party, doesn't even respect the army personnel, belittles them, tries to put them down. So this is one more instance of how DMK is behaving, sir.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Mr. Annamalai, for sharing your thoughts. I believe this is about a larger question of culture, of respecting soldiers in the country. And if I could pick up from the thought that you mentioned about Mr. Annamalai, that something similar also happened a few months back. There is this question that comes to mind. Is it because the present government sends across this kind of message to its cadres that they can get away with it? Because in this episode also, Mr. Annamalai, I have to bring to your notice that when the altercation happened and when this beating up of the soldier happened, which led to his death, there was a gap of about 5-6 hours, which means this is a planned murder. And the people who carried out, and the DMK cadre, office bearer, councillor, Chinnaswamy, he would have thought that he can get away with. That's why he brought in people and carried out this dastardly act. I think we lost the line there. We are trying to connect with him again because I'm told he's traveling. He's not in the country and on some assignment with the government. And okay, I think he's patched again. Mr. Annamalai, the question that I was asking was the kind of impunity with which the act was carried out. There was a gap of about 5-6 hours between the altercation that happened between the two in the afternoon and the beating which led to the death of the soldier later in the evening. And which means that the DMK councillor, the office bearer, the cadre, he was confident that he can come back, beat the soldier and get away with it. And those 6 hours, he would have had time to ascertain the identity of his target, his victim. So in that sense, there was an element of brazenness and perhaps some sense of protection that the government would shield him.
Especially whenever DMK comes to power, generally they operate the police station like they're an extension of their party office. That is their mindset, especially the Karyakarta's mindset. Because of that, the impunity comes. A few months back, I would like to recall an incident where the Kadalur MP, a sitting DMK MP, Mr. Ramesh from Kadalur, he was booked for a murder case for killing an employee in his office. And he was allowed to abscond for a good 3 months. Then he was allowed to take a bail and come back and report to the police station. That is how the police station, especially when DMK comes to power, behaves for the people in power. and for an MP, for a councillor, that is their mindset. And in this case, I find it very sorry that the local police should have stood for a brother in uniform. They should have been more aggressive, are not hiding this news for about 3 days, allowing that person to escape at random. And all this for a very trivial issue with respect to who can wash clothes in a public place. And not only is Mr. Prabhu the person who died, even there is one more person in the army in his own family, especially the places like Krishnagiri, which borders Karnataka. We have a lot of personnel serving the Indian Army, and the national spirit is quite high there.
Right.
And very, very unfortunate. The police.
But as opposition, what do you intend to do? There's something that has to be done to make sure that A, this does not happen again, and B, that culprits are delivered justice, and that there is an overall sense of sensitivity when it comes to dealing with soldiers. What do you intend to do when you are back?
The two things are, one, we have to stand with this family, and our leaders are already getting in touch with the family. They'll be visiting their house today. The priority is to make sure the family is okay, the family is taken care of. That is the number one priority. Of course, the number two is make sure that none of the culprits escape the book. That is also something the local unit, the Krishnagiri unit of BJP, is taking protest in a very big way outside the collector's office tomorrow. And I'm sure that not only this councillor, there were 2-3 fellows also were absconding. Everybody should be arrested, and justice should be brought to them. And it is also to bring a mindset change in the local population that somebody killing an army personnel on leave, it borders on a bigger crime. It is not that some ordinary crime, the accused got arrested and people can forget and go to the next thing. It is to build that larger awareness that people who serve our country, they are much, much, much ahead of many other things that happen in the society. So all those 3 things, we have to do it in totality. Of course, we'll be doing it as a responsible opposition, sir.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Annamalai there, the BJP state president in Tamil Nadu, joining us over the phone, suggesting some measures that the party would be taking, standing by with the family of the deceased soldier killed by a DMK cadre. But apart from that, of course, overall, the system has to act in a manner that everyone gets sensitized about how to deal with a soldier, irrespective of whether he or she is in uniform or not. On that note, I believe we have to take a short break.